Today is 7th of August 2025. I have been talking about the 6th causative factors to sharpen the controlling faculties, and it is to develop the appropriate factors of enlightenment properly. And yesterday I mentioned meditation is an ups and downs affairs. It is not always good, not always bad as well. Sometimes the practice can be extremely good, experiencing distinctive things, fascinating things, going everything smoothly, at times generating rapture, mental comfort, but at the same time resulting the meditation getting exhilarated and overly elated, with mind getting scattered, and on other hand, the practice can be very bad, not being able to absorb and note properly, make slow progress, or feeling not any distinct progress, facing various kinds of pain, unpleasant sensation, and so on. So mainly these two conditions we may face during the practice. And I have been talking about the first situation. The first one is to apply, to develop the equanimity, to develop concentration and serenity or tranquility when mind is overjoyed, exhilarated, elated due to the good experiences. So we have to develop equanimity. Equanimity means balanced mind. When mind is exhilarated, it means mind is not balanced at that moment. Mind is not balanced. When mind is not balanced, mind becomes exhilarated, elated, overjoyed when we have good condition, and when there is bad condition, mind becomes sad, shaken, aversive, and so on, reactive. So this is the nature of mind. So we have to remind oneself to not to be overjoyed, to not to reactive to that good situation, and also to not to enjoy. You might be enjoying that situation. You might be enjoying that situation that may also cause overjoyed. So we have to, we should develop at that time the equanimity, the neutral mind. You can also say balanced mind. So to develop the balanced mind, you should know little bit about the equanimity, upekha. In Pali it is called upekha, equanimity. Equanimity means a balance or unshaken. mind that remains peaceful, calm, or impartial in the face of both pleasing and unpleasing experiences. Uh, in the face of both, whether pleasing or unpleasing, it remains impartial, not becoming exaggerated, attached when encountering the pleasing experience like success or praise or joy, whatever, and not being sad, shaken, or aversive when facing or encountering unpleasing experiences like pain, loss, or criticism, and so on. People generally become exhilarated when experiencing pleasant sensation, as if their feet are no longer on the ground. But when unpleasant experience arise, they become very sad or disturbed. The more they are attached to pleasure, the more suffer when pain comes. Like it is like the higher you rise on craving, the deeper or the harder you fall into disperse when the craving is not fulfilled. Craving is not fulfilled. So the mind of ordinary people is like that. When they face good, they are overjoyed, overexcited, they cling, they hold badly, they can't release it, and when they face unpleasant, they become very sad, aversive. So this is the nature of this is the nature of the ordinary people's mind. But on contrast, the equanimity is the balanced one. Whether facing unpleasant or pleasing, it remains balanced, not reactive. But upekkha is not, sometimes we have a wrong idea or wrong concept about the upekkha, that is, upekkha is not indifference or not coldness. It is not coldness. It is not uh, apathy. It is not. It is in fact the full of wisdom or care. And it is also not like suppressing the emotions. It is not also suppressing the emotion. It is not a numbness. It is also not a numbness, but freedom from reactivity. It is freedom from reactivity. So that is equanimity. So that equanimity should be developed when mind is overjoyed, exhilarated, elated. So this is the first factors of enlightenment to be developed. Or we should develop samadhi. As I mentioned yesterday, when we are overjoyed, maybe we are thinking about the joy which has risen, which have already arisen and already gone. Or the mind is taking the object of future, expecting to happen again. So that means mind is not at present moment. Mind is not at present moment. Mind is not sticking, observing closely to the presently arising object. It is overexcited and scattered. And the scatteredness is there. That's why to subdue that mind, we have to develop concentration. We should try to penetrate into the meditative object. We have to collect, unify the mind. So that is the development of the samadhi. And development of the passaddhi, tranquility or serenity, is at times when pleasing sensations or the joy, rapture is there. Mind may think, will it continue? Will the practice continue to be good? Or will it revert to not being good? That kind of anxiety or apprehension might be there. And not being able to calm the mind. So in that sense, have to develop the tranquility. Tranquility, serenity. Tranquility, serenity is directly opposite to anxiety. Yesterday also I mentioned, if we use the modern term for tranquility or serenity, it is the free state of anxiety, stress, depression. So we can also develop the passaddhi factor of enlightenment. But developing these factors of enlightenment is not always the task of meditators, because meditators may be beginners. They may not realize what is happening, what is going on. They may not have idea. They may not even realize what is going on in the mind. The less experienced meditators have less idea about development of the appropriate, the factors of enlightenment. So in this factor, in this case, that's why meditation teachers are very much responsible to balance the controlling, to balance the factors of enlightenment. Like as I just mentioned, if yogis, meditators are being so much excited, then meditation teachers should know that when they come at interview, when they are being so much excited. So, because at times this situation may last for 1 day, for 2 days or more than that, and yogis may remain stuck. That's why meditation teachers are responsible. They must help, assist the meditators to develop the appropriate. They should encourage to develop the appropriate factor of enlightenment. When they are overjoyed, at times meditation teacher may need to admonish the meditators like a firmly, boldly, serenely, in order to subdue his or her excitement. So that is the duty, that is the responsibility of meditation teachers as well, since the meditators are not skillful to develop the factors of enlightenment. This is the first condition. The second condition is at times the practice is not going well, going badly, being not able to observe the object, no distinct progress, feeling meditation is uh, slackening and different kind of difficulties, unpleasant sensation. So mind slackens. Mind is not excited, not energetic, not inspired. Mind wants to give up, at times even want to give up from the intensive retreat. These kinds of mind arise. As I mentioned yesterday, may doubt in practice, may doubt in the Dhamma, may doubt in his or her own practice. So these kind of doubt may arise, or may doubt the Dhamma, and these things happen. So in that condition, yogis have to develop another 3 factors of enlightenment. They are the viriya, the effort, or Dhamma Vijaya, the investigating knowledge of Dhamma, and the third one is piti, rapture. These 3 factors of enlightenment should be developed at that moment. Why an effort? Because at that time, lacking the energy, mind is discouraged. Mind does not want to apply energy. Mind is sluggish, reluctant. Mind is discouraged, so at that time, we need uplifting energy. Not initial energy, uplifting energy is needed. Boosting of energy is needed, required at that time. The second level of energy. The first energy is initial energy, which absorbs the presently arising object. The second energy is boosting of energy to overcome the difficulties, to go through difficulties, to beat pain or to fight against pain, to endure pain. So second level of effort is needed, that is boosting of energy. And if yogis are capable, potential to develop by themselves without doing anything special, they have to. If they are not capable, they have to motivate themselves by contemplating, using or applying the cause of development of effort. It could be like a contemplating about the suffering of the lower existences. Like if you reborn in lower existences, what you may face, or you may contemplate the opportunity that you are having right now, how fortunate you are being able to practice this meditation at the presence of sasana, the sublime Dhamma, dispensation of Dhamma. So there are many ways. You may contemplate about the death, you may contemplate the 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 benefits of this practice, benefits of the energy, disadvantages of the laziness. So the any way or any contemplation which may push up your energy. You may contemplate that so that your energy becomes stronger. So that is the development of effort. And the development of investigating knowledge of Dhamma means at times you are less excited, you feel not progressing because you are not penetrating into the meditative object and seeing nothing. Seeing nothing is special. Hence, you have to penetrate into that object so that you may see the distinct, you may experience the distinct experiences, special experiences, the new experiences, and experiencing or seeing, discerning, exploring the new thing or the new experiences about the development of the investigating knowledge of Dhamma. And when you see, your mind become excited. Again, mind become energetic. Mind become energetic. Or before penetrating, you may contemplate that, oh, there is always something special at presently arising object, or the presently arising object is not the same one that has already arisen. It is always new. At times we may think, oh, the same, oh, same, always same. In fact, not same, because the physicalities, mentalities, they never last for a moment. They never even last for a second. They never last even for a moment. Physicalities, mentalities, they arise and pass away in super fast manner. So the object that you observe, you are observing at this moment is the new one, not the old one or not the previous one. This is the new one. Object itself is a new one. The mind which is observing is new one. Energy is the new energy. If mindfulness is there, mindfulness is the new one. Concentration, new one. Aiming factor, new one. Every mental factor is new one. So you may contemplate in that way, and with that contemplation, you may try your best so that you may see something new in that object. And when you see something new, definitely mind become excited. Especially when you observe the pain, you become discouraged because you think, oh, it is always there, no change, it just keep arising, nothing special. But in fact, if you really penetrate into the pain, it is not just a mere pain. It is the compound of different sensation. There might be uh, tension, tightness, hardness, burning, prickling, throbbing. Uh, it is mixture of the many sensation, and you may see changes of those sensations. So the concept changes instantly when you see in that way. You thought there is nothing special, it is just a mass of pain, it is just the pain. But when you see many things, then the concept changes. When you see the changes, the thought that had that there is no change, it is like a constantly there. So the idea of that like a permanence also change. So you feel relieved. You feel relieved and excited to observe, and the mind which wants to give up also will be eliminated. So this is about developing the uh, first factor of enlightenment, that is second one, this is developing the investigating knowledge of Dhamma or wisdom. And the third one is PT, rapture. We may also develop rapture. Mind is not joyous at that time. That is why mind is slackening. So in order to make joyous, those who have very much faith and confidence to triple gems, they may even contemplate the virtues of the triple gems or the benefits of the meditation itself, the meditation practice itself. You may contemplate. You may contemplate the benefits that you may enjoy by practicing meditation, so that the rapture joy may arise. Or, as I just mentioned, when you penetrate into the meditative object, when you see that you have never seen before, automatically joy arise at that time. And I have also mentioned, when you observe continuously, when mind is pure, mind is clean, at that time also joy is there. So that is also the way to develop the rapture. So, or you may contemplate the discourse that you like, if you know any discourse which can inspire you, which can develop like a rapture, joyous feeling in your mind. So any way that can develop joyous feeling in your mind can be contemplated, can be contemplated at that time. So this is to uplift the mind, to elevate the mind, which is about to slacken, which is about to give up, which has been discouraged. So to push up, to support, to prompt up that mind, we apply the knowledge, investigating knowledge of Dhamma, then Virya effort, and PT rapture. So mainly two conditions, and we apply the factors of appropriate factors of enlightenment. Now you may wonder, what about sati, mindfulness? Sati, mindfulness is also a factor of enlightenment. There is no mention about the mindfulness. Mindfulness is the special mental factor, special factor of enlightenment. If you don't know how to balance which appropriate factor of enlightenment to apply, just try to develop a good mindfulness, that's all. So mindfulness can be used anytime. This factor can be used anytime, anywhere, any situation, any condition. If you don't know anything, what to do, then just try to develop a good mindfulness by observing presently arising object. Because as I have mentioned, Yogis are not skillful and less experienced, so don't know what to do. At that time, what you need to do is be in present moment, be at present moment. Try to observe the presently arising object. Try to develop a good mindfulness. Automatically, it is the best balancer. Mindfulness may balance the other factors of the enlightenment. So you can, if you don't know what to do, then just try to develop a good mindfulness. Just try to develop good mindfulness. And mindfulness is something which is never said to be enough. Like there is no excessiveness of mindfulness. We have just talked about the rapture, like mind become overjoyed. That means excessiveness of rapture. At times, when we compare with the concentration, there are the moments like excessive energy, like that. But sati, mindfulness, is something which is never said to be enough, and it is never excessive. It is always not enough. It is always not enough. No matter how much mindfulness you develop today, it's still not enough. Tomorrow you develop better, it's still not enough. Day after tomorrow you develop even much better mindfulness, still not enough. So mindfulness is never said to be enough. So special mental factor. That is why, so if you don't know what to do, then just try to develop a good mindfulness at that moment. Everything will be balanced. You will able to progress. You will not remain stopped at that moment. So this is about to develop appropriate factors of enlightenment. The sixth cause of developing, sharpening the controlling faculties. Since we are talking about the factors of enlightenment, so when these factors of enlightenment become obvious, like when we can experience the development of factors of enlightenment, we can experience obviously when we develop the knowledge into arising and passing away. Means udayabhaya jnana. At that stage, these factors of enlightenment become quite obvious. Quite obvious. Sati become really good. The Dhamma Vijaya knowledge become really good, really obvious. Energy become really energetic, really strong. Then piti, rapture, passaddhi, the tranquility, samadhi, and the upekha, the equanimity. All these 7 factors of enlightenment become really obvious at the stage of knowledge of rising and passing away. And I have already talked a bit about this knowledge, the knowledge which unfolds the rapid appearance and the disappearance of the physicalities and the mentalities. rapid appearance, the appearance and the disappearance of physicalities and the mentalities. So yogis experience, yogis see, explore that. Yogis explore that, seeing the physicalities, mentalities appearing, disappearing, not one object, but many objects. In mature stage of this knowledge, uncountable number of physicalities, uncountable number of the mentalities appearing and disappearing, appearing and disappearing. But mind is still distinctly, mind is still capable to know what sensation, almost like can know many sensation, which sensation appearing, disappearing, which mind appearing, disappearing. It is not a blur one. It is not undistinct one, but the distinct one. That is why knowledge is also very sharp at the time. So regarding this, at this stage, the 10 kind of things become obvious. They are also known as the upakilesa, defiling factors. In fact, not all of them are the genuinely defilements. Only the one is defilement, but the other 9 can be the cause for defiling. That's why said as 10 defilements. The first one is obasa, illumination. So at this stage, when yogis see the rapid appearance and the disappearance, illumination, the bright light, becomes obvious. It becomes often obvious, like rays, the bright rays become obvious. And it is due to the purification of the mind. Mind is clean, mind is pure, mind is bright. That is why brightness also arises. The second is piti, rapture, also become very obvious. And there are 5 kinds of rapture. The first one is the Khuddaka piti, the minor rapture. It may manifest as the thrilling or chilling in the body or goosebumps. It may manifest as goosebumps. Then the second is Khanika piti, momentary rapture. The rapture which comes and goes, comes on and off, on and off. It lasts only for seconds, for a moment. That's why known as Khanika piti, the momentary rapture. Then the third one is Okkantika piti, overwhelming piti or floating piti, which floats in the body as wave. Like you may feel waving type of sensation in your body. It manifests like that. Or at times, because of that wave, body even may shift from your sitting place. That is the third one. The fourth one is uplifting piti, ubega piti. Uplifting piti that may uplift your body. Times you may feel your body is not sitting on the cushion but few inch high from the cushion because of that uplifting piti. And the last one is parana piti, pervading piti. which sprays all over the body, at times even in every single pore of your body. You may experience the rapture, manifestation of the rapture. That is the strongest one. So in this way, there are 5 kinds of piti, and at that stage, this piti, rapture, joy also become very obvious. Then the third one is passaddhi, tranquility or serenity. And to understand this about serenity or the tranquility, and the 6 things mentioned in commentaries to explain about this tranquility or the serenity. What is tranquility? What is serenity? Is the coolness of mind. Mind become very cool. Now, no burning feeling in mind. No burning feeling. Mind is cool. Means free from burning feeling. And when mind become free, mind is cool, then body also become cool. And then the second is, at that time, mind become very soft. No roughness, no hardness. Mind becomes soft, smooth. So roughness, hardness of the mind is not there. Mind become very light, no heaviness. The heavy feeling of mind subsides. At that time, then mind become very malleable, flexible, always ready to work, ready to absorb the object. The flexibility of the mind. Ready to work, that is the 4th. And the 5th is mind is healthy. Healthy in the sense of no fatigueness, no exhaustion. Now at that moment you will not feel the tiredness or fatigue feeling. Mental fatigue feeling is not there. And the last one is mind become straightforward. Mind becomes straightforward. The crookedness of the mind is not there. Mind is upright. Rectitude of the mind. So these 6 qualities is mentioned under the tranquility. When mind is tranquil, these 6 qualities are there. This is about the passaddhi, tranquility. Then sukha, mental bliss, mental comfort is there, mental happiness is there. It is also very obvious. Then other are the factors of enlightenment. Sati also very strong at that time. Mindfulness. Although there are many numerous numbers of objects arising and passing away rapidly, but still mindfulness can absorb those objects. So mindfulness also very sharp, energy very strong at that moment. Knowledge also very good, very sharp, keen, because it knows the rapid appearance and the disappearance of the physicalities and the mentalities. And then the samadhi is not mentioned here. Samadhi is not mentioned. Another is faith and confidence. Faith and confidence also very strong at this moment, because you see the rapid appearance and the disappearance. Impermanence is very obvious. And because of impermanence, the nature of suffering, nature of selflessness is obvious. So you experience what Buddha said, what Buddha taught, what Buddha explained in his discourses, the nature of the body and mind. So when you experience by yourself, definitely the faith and confidence to the Buddha, to the teaching of the Dhamma, and to the practice become strong enough. So faith and confidence is also very strong. Then upekha, equanimity. Equanimity is also very strong at that time. Mind is very well balanced at that time. And the last one is the nikkanti. This is not good. This is the good, not the good one. This is the bad one. Among these 10, the last one is the bad one, unwholesome one. Because illumination is their rapture, is their tranquility, all are good or all pleasing. So mind may attach. Delighting mind might be there. So delighting is the nikkanti. That is the genuine upakilesa, defiling factor may arise in this stage. So these 10 defiling factors become obvious at that stage. But if you contemplate wisely that, oh, this is not the time to cling, to not to attach, to not to delight, whether it is rapture, whether it is tranquility, whether it is mental bliss, whatever. This is not the time to cling. This is not my goal. This is not the ultimate goal. I still need to move forward. Hence, I have to observe. I have to keep observing the presently arising object without missing. That mentality may lead you uh, or may dispel the delight, the delighting mind, which may delight on those good experiences. So you may move forward. You may move forward. And if you move forward, then now you don't see the appearance. You don't see appearance, now you just see the disappearance. So just dissolving, solely dissolving of physicalities and the mentalities. That is what we talked on the second day. The first cause to sharpen the controlling faculties. So even in the knowledge of appearance and disappearance, controlling faculties become very obvious, very strong. So needless to say, in the next level of the knowledge or insight, which is higher than the knowledge into appearance and the disappearance. First comes knowledge into knowledge of appearance and the disappearance, insight into appearance and disappearance. Then right after, this knowledge will be followed by the knowledge of dissolution, just dissolution, and hence at that time controlling faculties become very strong, very sharp, very strong at that moment. So this is how we get there. This is how we make our controlling faculties sharpen. This is how. Here I still like to talk about the equanimity. I just mentioned in the stage of the knowledge of appearance and the disappearance, upekkha, equanimity, is also strong, but this is yet to be strongest. If you keep on practicing, if you keep progressing, as you keep moving forward, there is the knowledge which is quite close to the path and fruition knowledge. That is known as Sankharupekha Jnana, knowledge of equanimity towards all the condition formation. I repeat, knowledge of equanimity towards all condition formation. That is, at that stage, the equanimity become really strong. So mind is very much balanced. At that stage, observing becomes effortless. You don't need to apply any effort. Effortlessly, mind observes the continuous appearance and the disappearance of the physicalities and the mentalities. No matter how good situation, how good experience you have, at that stage, mind does not attach, mind does not enjoy. No matter how unpleasant sensation arise, mind does not react. So the well balance, the equanimity, the equanimous situation arise at that stage. So that's why the equanimity that I have just mentioned at the stage of knowledge of appearance and disappearance is yet to be the excellent. So, and when the knowledge, the stage when you develop the knowledge of equanimity towards the all conditional formation is the gateway for the path and fruition knowledge. That is the gateway. After that, the path and fruition knowledge arises. So this is for your general knowledge, and so just imagine at that time how sharp your mind would be, how sharp the controlling faculties would be. Your mind is full control at that time. So we have to target, we have to make our destination, we have to aim, we may make our goal to that state. Yeah. Okay, so for today, by knowing how to uh, develop the appropriate factors of enlightenment when mind is overjoyed, overexcited, or mind is down or discouraged, mind is slackening at that time. So by knowing, or if you don't know, as I have mentioned, just try to observe the presently arising object. By observing presently arising object and by development of appropriate factors of enlightenment, may you be able to advance in meditation, and may you be able to develop the knowledge into insight into appearance and disappearance, then after insight into the dissolving, then may you advance to the gateway of the path and fruition knowledge, that is the knowledge of equanimity towards all conditional formations.